My name's Chris, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a compelling story with your data. Data storytelling is not something that happens by magic. There are different recommendations and best practices to follow if you want to move from showing the numbers to telling the stories with numbers. So how do we go about doing this? Well, first you're going to need to define a purpose. This is the starting point of your data story. It can be a goal you have to reach, a task that you have to accomplish, or a point that you want to make. My advice here is to focus on a single topic for each presentation. Second, you'll need to collect your data. The data should be relevant for your purpose. It needs to be accurate, and it should come from a trusted source. Depending on the data that you'll use, you might need to structure it to understand it better before you start exploring. Keep in mind, the data can also come from public sources like government agencies or international organizations. It can be relevant to mix these with your own data. Next is the analysis and the visualization of your data. This is where you search for the reasons and the explanations to illustrate your purpose. Typically, you'll try to uncover trends and patterns in your data, search for data points that are different from the other ones, or compare data with each other. Your findings will become the hooks in your story, and they will prepare the audience to listen or to see your recommendations. You're now ready to combine your purpose with your findings in order to create the message that you want to convey. This is the story that you will choose to tell based on the objective you want to reach. To make your presentation a success, you'll need to adapt your pitch to your audience. Now, I know it's not always possible, but if you can, avoid mixes in your audience, because when addressing different groups of people at the same time, you can't communicate your message as effectively. There are 5 categories of people in an audience. First is the novice. Now, these are people that are new to the topic that you're going to be presenting. Next one is generalist. Now, these are people that have a good understanding of the topic and its interconnections. Then there's managers, who are the people that are interested in comparing plans to reality for your topic. There are experts. Now, these are the ones that will want to go into the details of your topic. And finally, there's executives. Now, these are the guys that are going to look at the big picture. Why should we do this? Is it profitable? What does it require? Those kind of questions. Now that you have all the elements in place, you'll need to think about how you want to deliver your story. Visual storytelling expert Dan Rome suggests 4 types of storylines to follow: the report, the explanation, the pitch, and the drama. Let's see these in more detail. The report is the most typical type of presentation. You probably use it all the time, answering the most common questions: why, who, what, when, how, and how much. For this, the report is perfect. The explanation is another type of presentation that's quite common. It's relevant when briefing a team, working with a customer or a supplier, and even when talking to your manager. Such a step-by-step approach is easy to present, and you can add interaction points with your audience. Now, depending on your audience and your level of hierarchy in your organization, you might want to look into some alternatives. The pitch is mainly used when facing a challenge that requires a decision. It also helps to get your audience actively participating in the discussion. For those of you that are skilled storytellers, the drama is a very powerful approach to pitch your story. It requires more preparation in order to be successful, but it's a very entertaining pitch for you and for your audience. In addition to the way you deliver your report, you'll also need to consider what type of charts to use based on the data you've selected, as it's quite a broad topic, so I'll just provide a quick summary here. Bar charts and line charts are perfect to show change over time and compare different sets of data. Bar charts are also great for rankings and part-to-whole analysis. Scatter plots are useful to show the correlation between 2 measures. Tables and KPIs can be considered when you want to show exact values. Geomaps are relevant when your data is about regions, countries, and cities. You should also consider visual hints, like the use of icons and colors for your story, so that your audience can follow your presentation easily. Keep in mind that while you know your presentation very well, your audience will be seeing and hearing this for the first time. If you're interested in getting deeper into data storytelling, here's a list of suggested material. Thanks for joining me.